Hey guys, so recently I told you about an incident that happened to me when a girl said that I poked her on her side, and I guess she felt uncomfortable about that, even though she would joke around with me all the time, and I was like, okay, so I won't do that again. So that, that was like an incident that happened, but I want to actually comment on other incidents that happen like while I'm there, so others can watch out for this while they're at school, or if they come abroad to teach in Korea or so forth, then you know some things to look out for. But the second one is, recently there was an incident where I caught a kid cheating. To give you some backstory on it, every day we have tests at my Cheongdam branch, and they do about 30 to 60 words. It really depends on what we're doing. There's different sections like C1, C2, A2. There's different sections that they go through. A2 deals with like test taking skills. C1 does with like reading passages, answering questions, and that kind of sort. Like each different letter with its number has some kind of different thing that we do in class. But every week they have a test on the vocabulary words for that section. They have about 2 classes a week, so there's about maybe 30 vocabulary words on one section, and then maybe on Wednesday when they have that class, there's maybe 40 words or something like that. So on this day we had an exam. Usually I walk around a class. I used to not do that. At first I used to just sit down and work on my work instead of walking around the class, but then it came to my attention that a lot of people were cheating because you wouldn't like get up and walk around the class. But I wasn't used to that. Not that I remember, maybe it's because I was always in like honors and AP classes. I mean, granted there were a few people that did cheat, but I'm not used to like a lot of people cheating, so I would just like, do my work, because we have a lot of different administrative work and we have to find time to do it. So I was like, well, if they're taking a test, this would be the perfect time to do that. But then I would see like kids looking down and stuff, like past the test, or different things like that, and I was just like, some used to write stuff on their hand and all that. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to walk around the classroom just to make sure that people are not cheating. Like honestly, the vocabulary test, they're graded on it, but it doesn't go into like any kind of like grade for the actual class. It's just to show if they're actually trying to learn the words, and we give a report card to go to their parents or whatever. But if their parents don't even care about their vocabulary scores, then it really doesn't matter, unless the kids are trying to brag by cheating or whatever. But for me, I'm just like, if you don't understand a word, just like leave it alone, whatever. Because honestly, they don't really even learn the words to learn them. They just learn the words just so they can pass the test. Because during class, like, I'm like, this word, and they're like, and then they try to bring out the vocabulary sheet to look at the word. Like, they didn't really even know the word. So I'm like, really, this doesn't help them at all, because they just do it just so they can pass the vocabulary test, and some just don't do it at all. Like, teacher, this is the first day I looked at the vocabulary test, and I'm like, you didn't study at all? No. I'm just like, oh, whatever. I'm like, your mom or dad doesn't care? They're like, no, they don't. But I had to start standing up and then walking around the classroom, and I started catching so many people cheating. My God. Like I said, people writing on their hand, people writing the answers on paper, and maybe like girls would like slip it into like their pants or their skirt and like kind of slide it out to see and then put it back. I caught a girl doing that. I had one that wrote it on like the palm, and like she would just go like this and write, and then just open it up when nobody was looking and close it. They write it on the table, write on the table, and then erase it after. Some people forget to erase it, and then you really know they cheated. Like, there was so, like, I was like, wow, like I've never met so many people that cheated. Like I said, I do come from like a line of like honors and AP. There was like 1 or 2 that we found cheating, but like that's out of like 100 or 200 or probably more than that students that were in the classes, because they were trying to become valedictorian, salutatorian, and all that crap, and it was down to like the line. But I'm just like, okay, like this is crazy, like if you don't know it, you just don't know it. Like the vocabulary words don't do anything for you, really, because if you don't know them, then you can't pass the level up test and level up anyway. So what's the point of cheating? Like, there's no point to cheating. But this guy, supposedly he dropped his eraser, and then the eraser goes underneath his table. Now I'm like, okay, whatever. I was looking at something like a book or something, but just because I'm looking at a book, that does not mean I'm not looking around the class. Like, kids, for some reason, they think you don't hear everything or you don't see everything, you know? Like, I'm doing this and I'm like, stop doing that, Jason. He's like, what? What? Doing what? And I'm like, I saw what you just did, and I say what it is, and they're like, huh? Like, how did you see that? Like, you were like doing this or something. I'm like, I see everything. Like, eyes, like, they do a lot more than just what you're looking at straight in front of you or whatever. But he literally sat underneath his table for like, not even kidding you, like 3 minutes. And I'm like, what is he doing? Like, if you drop something, you pick it up and you get up. But he's sitting underneath his table, and I'm just like, oh God, he's cheating. Which is sad, because he's actually really one of my good students. Like, he does pretty good. He participates in class a lot or whatever. Maybe he forgot a word and he was scared or whatever. But, you know, I'm like, don't cheat. Like, that's just one. It's not like you get a perfect score on every vocabulary test. But, like, he just sat in there for a few minutes, and then on the side I have this other one like scrunching up paper like underneath his desk, and I'm just like, so 2 of them are cheating. I'm like, one scratching up paper. So like I go to the other one and I'm just like, can I see your bag? And he's like, why? And I'm like, oh, let me see your bag. And then he said, okay. And then he gave me his bag, and then on top I see like the vocabulary sheet. They get like a practice sheet to practice on, so that's their answer. So I'm like, he was underneath the table and he was just looking at the sheet for some time, and then he was gonna go back and finish the test. And the other one, I asked him to, I was like, let me see your backpack, because I heard him like scrunching that paper. Like, well, I know he's cheating too, so like whatever. But the one that was underneath the table, when I said, okay, you were cheating so you get a 0, he was like, no, I wasn't. He was like, let me just retake the test. And I'm like, thinking in my head like, okay, well, I guess I could let him retake the test. But then I'm like, my whole thing is I do my whole class based on fairness, and I'm like, but that wouldn't be fair, because when I caught other people cheating, I didn't give them like a second chance. Like, they got a 0 too, you know? So I'm like, oh no. So I gave him what we call like a yellow card to go to the front desk. He goes to the front desk, and then the guy, one of the desk teachers, comes in, or staff. They call them desk teachers, they're staff. One of the staff members, he comes in and he tries to tell me like, oh, like, can he like retake the test? I'm like, no, he got a 0. Like, he cheated. Like, I'm not about to sit there and have him retake the test when he was cheating. He gets a 0. And then he says, okay, and then he leaves or whatever. And then I guess the kid, supposedly, he gets sad or whatever about cheating, or about me saying that he cheated. I guess that's probably more of how you would say it. So the 2 kids, they spend like the whole first period, which is like an hour outside, and then one comes back, and then the other one that was underneath the table and looking at his bag, the one that I said is really good, he leaves supposedly, and the kids say, oh, they said that he was sick, so he went home. So he goes home because he's sick. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I know it's just because he cheated or whatever. And then he comes back. Now, this is like, what, a few days later, yesterday. But the head teacher comes in and she's like, oh, Gregory, I need to talk to you about giving out too many yellow cards. I'm like, giving out too many yellow cards? I don't even give out that many. I only give them for homework. I'm like, are we not supposed to give them out for homework now? And she's like, no, you're supposed to. I'm like, then I don't understand the problem. She's like, okay, well, let me go ask, because I'm not sure. So, but I'm like, if you're not sure, why would you even come talk to me about it? Like, we had this problem with the other girl. I'm like, oh. I was like, I just need a few more months and then my contract is over. But she goes, talks to the head lady again. She comes back and she said, oh yeah, it was because of the yellow card for the kid that cheated. And she was trying to tell me that little kids, you know, they're very sensitive. And I'm like, but he was cheating. She was like, I'm not saying he wasn't cheating. What I'm saying is, like, you have to give them more of a chance. Like, you have to warn them that cheating is bad. Like, I said cheating is bad the first day. Like, cheating is bad, you know, everybody knows cheating is bad, you know. And she's like, yeah, but like, if you saw him, you could have said like, I hope nobody's cheating or something like that. But by time then, like, he already done got his answer and wrote it in, and that, to me, that's unfair to everybody else that doesn't have time to look at their paper, you know. You know, that means I have to let everybody get like a 5 second or 5-minute like look at their paper during the actual exam, you know, and I'm just like, this makes no sense. I was like, actually at this point I'm just tired of it. I'm like, I'm over it. Like I'm just ready for my contract to end, because like it seems like every time I do something it's bad on me. Like, he cheats but I'm in trouble. Why am I in trouble for him cheating? You're saying like I did something wrong because I caught him cheating? Do you want me to let him cheat? No, you can't let him cheat. Then what do you want me to do? Clearly saying that like it's my fault kind of for giving him a yellow card, and him telling his mom so his mom could tell the teacher that she's mad that I saying that her son cheated. But he cheated. What do you want me to do? If he cheated, he cheated. Like, shouldn't you be mad at your own son for cheating? Why would you be mad at the teacher that your son cheated? That means he didn't study, meaning that you're not doing good as a parent if you will let your son or your daughter get away with cheating and then try to blame a teacher for that. No, I'm not gonna take the blame for him cheating. That is not my son, that is not my daughter, whatever. If he cheats, he cheats. He got the yellow card, that's it. I'm like, I'm just over it. The school doesn't even have your back. You're trying to tell me don't let him cheat, but at the same time give him a chance. That means give him a chance to cheat. So like, what do you want? I'm like, I'm tired of all this. This is like stupid. And I was getting a little like frustrated, and she was trying to like keep it calm because I was in my other class and she tried to talk to me during my class. But I'm like, this is dumb. Like, I'm over it. 3 more months and I'm gone. Like, you guys can deal with this. This just makes no sense. I came here to teach kids. I want them to learn. I didn't come here just for money or something like that. I didn't come here for no K-pop events. I didn't come here for none of that stuff. I came here to, you know, to get better acquainted with the language, the culture, and the people. But I'm not gonna go through this whole thing with parents and their children get what they want, and then I just do whatever the children want. That makes no sense. If he cheats, he cheats. That's how I'm gonna do it. They could call me strict or whatever, but I don't know what else you want me to do. You tell me not to let them cheat, you tell me not to let them do this, but then do it. Like, that makes no sense. You're not, like, whatever you're trying to say is not cohesive. It's not working together. Don't do this, but do the, like, okay, so I'm just like, yeah, over it. Like, I'm done. I get in trouble for a student cheating. That is the life of a teacher abroad. You get some of these sometimes. Honestly, it's about the school actually having your back. If the school does not have your back, it's probably not the best company to work for, just to let a lot of you guys know. You can't really probably know if they will unless you read up on them specifically, but it can be pretty horrible. But I hope none of this happens to you guys in the future, because yeah, over time it just gets very, very annoying. Yes, but let me know what you think about what they call them, monster parents, pretty much, because the kids say something to the parents get mad because they think you're doing something wrong to their children, and they don't even follow up on it. Like, she didn't come to see what her little boy was doing in class. It's just called because he said something. You know, what do you think about the whole monster parent system? Do you think that's okay? I guess, well, it wouldn't be okay with me anyway, but do you think that's okay? Do you think that's wrong? What do you think about it? See you guys next time. Bye. You're still here? Thanks for watching the video until the end. Please don't forget to check out the description box below for info on my friends that were in the video.
Hi!
Product links, my other social media platforms, and my new product designer. If you guys love the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment, because I really love reading and writing back to comments that fans leave. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.